أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. بعد, like we said earlier in our last class, which I said we will be starting our classes on beginner for who or people who wants to know how to recite Al-Quran fluently. So today will be our first class, which we will be teaching ourselves about this, which are Huruful Hijaiyah. What are Huruful Hijaiyah? Huruful Hijaiyah means Huruful Hijaiyah this means Arabic alphabet. Arabic alphabet, which our Arabic alphabets are written as displayed. So Islamically, we have 29 to 28 alphabets. These are 29 alphabets, as I have said earlier, but 28 out of these 29 alphabets are sound. 28 as sound. You see, this, before I move further, this alif and this hamza, they have a very long explanation that I will have to make about it, which is not now. I said 28 alphabets as sound. So only this, let's say this and this doesn't have sound. The alif. Alif is used to stretch words, to stretch. You understand what we call stretching? Láti fi fa nǹkan gùn. In tí a ní alif ìfúnnù. So after these 28 alphabets which are sound, 28 alphabets sound. 28 alphabets as sound. Why? Alif, this alif is used to stretch sounds. I think I've made myself clear about the alif. This alif is used in stretching sound, same as this hamza, but I'm still coming about this hamza later. You will know that in future, like we are taught in our primary school, that you will know that when you reach the stage of knowing it. But for now, let's just stick to this. After this explanation, I will have to move to the sound. We have 7 to 8 sounds that are heavy sounds in the alphabet. 7 to 8, but let's say 8 sounds are heavy sound. In Arabic alphabet. Which are listed below. This is kha. This is kha. Kha is an heavy sound. Sod. This is an heavy sound too. Dod, Rain, Zo. They are heavy sound too. And Khof and To. They are heavy sound too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I wrote 8. So the last part of the heavy sound, at times it might be heavy, and at times it might be just a soft sound, which is what? Raw. Sometimes it's come heavy, and sometimes it's come in a very soft sound. After explaining this, the last explanation before we move on to our class is we have 3 alphabets which are vowels, Arabic vowels that are used in stretching. Like I said earlier, alif is part of it. The alif, then waw, then yaw. These are Arabic vowels. These 3 that I wrote are Arabic vowels. Inshallah, you will understand it more better when we reach where we will be using it. But for now, just mark these things or just jot it down. The alif is pronounced in this sound. That's how we used to pronounce the alif in stretching sounds. Then the waw. The waw is pronounced in this way. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You see, I'm stretching it. Ooh. And the yaw is pronounced in this way. E, e. So I think we can now move on to this class. Please make sure you jot this down so that when we are teaching all and when we are moving further, you won't forget. Even if you forget, if you jot it down, you have to go back to your book to revise it. So let's move on to this class. I have the picture, or let me say the PDF to all the classes we will be taking on my phone, which I'll send it to people who are on our Telegram page, on our Telegram group. If you are not there, please message me, inbox me. I'll try to add you to the Telegram group. So this first alphabet, you see the way it is written, alif. You have to work with my mouth, the movement of my mouth. Alif. It's not alif, alif, or alif. No, you have to be fast about it. Alif, alif, alif. So put alif,
Alif.
alif,
Alif.
This doesn't have sound like I explained earlier. Alif. Then Hamza. We will have to skip this Hamza because it has an explanation that I will have to explain later. So we'll move to this. I told you earlier that this alif is used in stretching sound. We wrote ba here. We wrote ba here. Look at the way it was written here. We don't see this clearly here. This is how it is written. This is ba. But it is written here like this. This is it. So I told you that alif is used in stretching sounds. The alif is joined with this ba. That's why you'll be calling it as ba, 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 alif, alif, ba, ba, ba. Before I move on, I told us in our last class that we will have to borrow English language, or let me say English alphabets. We will have to borrow it here so that the explanation will be more clearer, since most of us are English literate already. So this alif, this is how it is written in English. Alif. Alif. The second one is ba. 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 Alif. Ba. So the next one, you see this ba. Ba. It's the movement or the clipping of your up mouth and the below lips. Ba. Ba. You have to clip it first before you release it. Ba. 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 That's how you have to pronounce this ba. You don't just say ba. No. Ba. Ba. Then let's move to the next one, which is written this way. You see these three alphabets, these three Arabic alphabets are written in the same way, but have different dots. This is ba, this is ta, and this is tha. So ba has one dot below it, and ta has two dots above it, while tha has three dots above it. So I think I've explained that clearly. So let's go back to the ta. This is ta. Ta. Ta has to work with your upper tongue and your inner mouth, which is, you have to pronounce it this way. Ta. 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 Is different from the way you pronounce your ba. Ba doesn't work with the tongue. You see the way you pronounce your ba, ba, but the ta has to be with your tongue and your teeth. Ta, ta, alif, alif, ba, ta. So this is how you write the ta in English. Alif, alif, ba, ba, ta, ta. Then let's move to the next alphabet, which is fa. This fa, it has a little bit explanation. If your teeth is not working, you might have problem in pronouncing the fa. Just like we have some pronunciations in English which you have to silence some alphabets. Just like when you want to say, is it 3 or 3? It's not 3. Okay, 3 is 3. That's how you have this pronunciation of the spelling of fa in the spelling of thank you. Fa, 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 fa. Just like you pronounce your thank you or 3. This H has to be silent H. It's not tiri, tiri, no. 3, 3. You have to silence the H with the R. That's how you pronounce this as 3. Just like you have to pronounce the tha. Tha. Fa. Alif. Alif. Ba. Ta. Fa. Just look at it this way. Alif, ba, ta, fa. So, having said that, the next alphabets will be I told us earlier that we have three alphabets which are used for stretching. Don't forget, if you have been following us, you have alif, you have waw, and we have yaw, which are used in stretching. So this alif, I told us it works with ah, and this waw, it works with oo. Why this yaw works with e. So in the spelling of this next alphabet, you see this alphabet which is written as jim, yaw, and mim. So this yaw works here for the stretching. That's why you have to pronounce it as jim. Jim. It has a stretching alphabet in between it, which is jim. Jim. It's not jim. Not jim. Jim. See this jim. Your two teeth here, inner teeth here, the lower teeth and the upper teeth has to work with themselves, which is jim, jim, jim. Eyín ẹ̀ méjèèjì ló máa ṣiṣẹ́, lower jaw yìí àti upper jaw tó wà níbẹ̀ àwọn ló fi máa pè jim, jim, jim. Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim. Alif, ba, ta, fa, jim. So inshallah, so that we won't have a boring class, we will be stopping here for today till we meet in our next class, which will be tomorrow. So if you need the PDF to these files that we'll be teaching ourselves. And one other thing, if you would like to revise more against our next class, just inbox me to add you to our Telegram group. Our Facebook live video will be free, inshallah, which I will take my time to explain everything fully. But if you need further explanations on every classes we make, which you will be opportune, you are just looking at me right now, you can't ask me a question while I can't reply you. If you type there, I won't be able to reply you. So for you to interact with me, which I would like to give you further explanations, further revisions. So if you want to join the Telegram group, that one will be free. So DM me to know about the fee you will be paying to join our Telegram group. But the Facebook class will be free, totally free, inshallah. To meet next in our next class. Assalamu ala al-mursaleen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Please make sure you revise this and look through it very well.